Hello people, Suzanne Carson here. This is the third talk that you will find on the Lithgow Anglican Church website. I was asked by the pastor Mark Smith to do another little talk. So the following is brief. It's not going to be nearly as long as the one that I did approximately 12 months ago. So I've actually done two previous talks that you'll find on YouTube and on the Lithgow Anglican Church website, I believe. One is about 16 minutes long on managing your mental health during times of isolation, which was done during the COVID period about 12 months ago, and the other one was a briefer one just on managing some relationship challenges. So today's just another small talk. It's intended to be in addition to the previous talk on managing mental health in isolation. So please watch that one as well. I think I might mention a couple of things I mentioned on that, but it's mostly new material, I think. So just to mention as also, just a reminder, I've worked with mental health for over 20 years. So I've worked extensively with loads of people in distress, and I'm qualified to do that sort of work. I do other work as well, but that's what's most pertinent to what I'm talking about today. So today, I just want to say, if you watch this on YouTube and you like it, please press like. And if you have any comments, please make them. And if there's any interest, I'll do more talks as well. Okay, so the following may be common sense to some, may be a reminder to others just to practice things that they may have lost track of during these peculiar and really demanding and challenging and often isolating times of the pandemic. And for some, it may be new information. So take, once again, what I said last time, take what's useful, leave what isn't, and recommend this to anyone else you think may find it helpful. So here we go. First thing was, get up in the morning and get dressed. Sometimes people who have lost structure or employment or just activities they would normally do, sometimes they stay in their jammies all day and they just don't start the day like they normally would. So one of the best things you can do is get out of bed at a pretty standard time, get up, get dressed. That will start your day with structure. It's a really wise thing to do. The next one was, in addition to the former, expose your eyes and therefore your brain to sunlight. One of the best things you can do to keep your wake and sleep cycle in sync is to expose your brain and therefore your eyes to sunlight first thing in the morning. Speaking for myself, when it's a dreary day, I've discovered, I know myself really well, that if I don't get enough sunlight or bright light in the morning, I don't start the day well. So I've taken on a dreary day to actually turn on extra lights in the back of my house. And when it is sunny, or whether it's sunny or not, I open the blinds and I make sure that I do that first thing in the morning. Okay, third one, set goals for your day. Anything that gives you a sense of challenge, achieving something during your day. I think I may have mentioned this last time. I think it's so critically important, especially for those that have lost employment or activities, just the standard things that many of us had previously in that structure that isn't there now. So whatever you can do to set yourself some goals so you get to the end of the day and if you've achieved something that you think is valuable and worthwhile, even if to others it may seem small, if it's meaningful to you, it's a good thing. In combination with the above, one of the best things you can do is find ways to serve and contribute to the well-being of others. I'm sure many of you will testify to going through hard times, and it's remarkable the power of just a hello, a word of kindness, just an acknowledgement from someone else. So whatever you can do to reach out, benefit other people, it will benefit them. You'll have achieved something useful. It'll give meaning and purpose to your day, and you never know, you may be the one person in that person's day that actually uplifts them. I know, speaking for myself, I've definitely been through periods of hard times in the past, and I can recall with such clarity just receiving a little note from someone that was like a glass of cold water on a really hot day to me. It just uplifted me immensely. Limit news consumption and listen to uplifting music. And if you're not a music person, put your mind to other meaningful, helpful, uplifting pursuits. We are just bombarded with information and news at the moment, so certainly stay informed, but try to limit it so it's not just all consuming to your mind. Get out in nature was one of my big ones. anything that you can notice, sunlight, the blue sky, colours, birds. I've just been looking out my window at cockatoos and king parrots, which are just delightful. So make a point of getting out in nature. If you can't get outside for some reason, if you're unable to, get yourself near a window and look out. I'm reminded many years ago, I probably have done this many times, but one particular story, I remember speaking to a lady who was going through terrible hardship. And amongst other things, one of the things I recommended that she do that was she go outside and she look up. So often when we're going through difficult times, we tend to have our heads downcast and be very self-focused. And I just mentioned to her, look up, notice the colour of the sky, notice the silhouettes of trees. And she did that. And then some time later, she came back and saw me a few years later for some other reason. And I recall her coming in and saying, I did that, I practiced it, and I taught my children to do the same. So it was a habit that she got into. And one of the good things for that wasn't about her disregarding managing the challenges in her life, but it helped her to look beyond and above herself and outside of herself into things that continued despite her hardship. It also helped her just look at God's good earth and the beauty that was around her. And lastly, I just want to mention a verse from Philippians 4:8, which I think was really spectacular for these times. And it says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So putting the mind to uplifting, encouraging, anything constructive is going to be tremendous for your mental health. Please pass this on to anyone else that you think may find it helpful, and I hope it's been valuable use of your time watching. Thank you.